Hello, I am the Glass Emperor, and today I'm taking a look at the DX Gosei Great from Tensou Sentai Goseiger, or as it's known over here in English-speaking countries, the Gosei Great Megazord. Because for some really strange reason, they decided to keep the name Gosei Great with the mecha. In fact, a lot of the Japanese names kind of got kept in Power Rangers, which is kind of really strange. But I digress. Let's get started. So first off, we have Gosei Dragon, or the Dragon Mechazord, as it's known over here. It's a very nice, solid feeling type thing. You'll notice there's like a bunch of ports here as well. There is a reason for that because one of the themes with Gosei, or at least one of the gimmicks, was that you could take the heads here, the headers as they're known in Goseiger, and you could kind of swap them around as well. So at least with the other mechas, not so much this one. So if you wanted, you could just kind of make silly combinations like this is not going well. You could do something like that. I feel like I'm gonna break it. So you can do that. Something like this. Yeah, I didn't make this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that these ports here, I'm pretty sure this was the inspiration for the Zord Builder system with the later Neo Saban stuff. I don't think Samurai had this. I could very well be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that someone looked at these ports here and said, oh, Goseiger has these like ports here. You can put like random Zord parts on there. Why don't we do that as well? Perfect. Put it into production. And I guess the rest is history, really. Yeah, I like the design of the dragon. You know, the mouth opens. It's got a very long neck. It's got very stumpy looking feet. They kind of look like they've been glued on there. The wings move, as I showed. They have nice kind of clicky joints, so you can have them flap around. Not be very stealthy, unfortunately, so that's something to really keep in mind. But yeah, this is a very nice feeling design. I like the overall look of it as well. I do like the Dragon Zords most of the time. Next up, we have Gosei Phoenix, or the Phoenix Mechazord as well. Yeah, that was their name, Mechazord. I think that was also borrowed for the comics as well, but again, I could be wrong. This is a very simple little thing. It's got the port on top. It's got the wings there that fold down for the transformation. It's got wheels there, so it can roll around as well. Oh, and just before I forget, yes, the dragon can roll around as well, because all dragons have wheels. That's kind of an unspoken rule. Some people might not know that, but now you do know. But anyways, back to Gosei Phoenix. The beak kind of opens. You can see there's a little bit of plastic there, so it can hold stuff. Like I said, the header comes off, so if you want to do something stupid like that, you can do that. Again, very simple little thing. Feels solid. Doesn't feel like it's going to break. Not much to really complain about. Next up is Gosei Snake, or the Snake Mechazord. This is kind of a snake mixed with, I think, a bullet train as well. I could be wrong. It's got nice little snaky joints as well, so it can kind of slither along as it rolls. There's the face there. Face is kind of doofy on the show, but I do kind of like it. Can open its mouth. Not quite as much as it can on the show, but again, that's not too bad. On the top there, you can see that there is... come on, focus. Please? 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 Liz? Well, why don't you focus? Eventually it's gonna focus, people. Just give it a few months. There we go. So as you can see there, it has like the Goseiger symbol on there, but mine's kind of rubbed off, so yeah. That's kind of the joy when you get stuff used. Some things might not be in perfect condition. Kind of going back for comparison purposes, I don't have the American version of the Gosei Great, so I can't really comment. I do know that this symbol was actually molded on there. Wasn't painted, but it was molded on there. So that's something, I suppose. And going back to the dragon one more time, I do know that obviously other than paint applications, like the ports here being in red rather than black, I know the head for the Megazord was actually, or mecha, I suppose, was kept in the tail, not so much kind of kept in the body, which is more accurate to the show. And also, the neck here, whereas here it can just kind of pop off, here it actually kind of like rolls inside, not rolls inside, kind of slides inside as well, so that's something. I don't really have, I don't have it in general. Oh, the joys of non-scripted videos. So, again, there's kind of a cheapness as well. I could kind of see why they put the head in the tail as well, because with the neck kind of going inside the body, it wouldn't really fit. So, there you go. That's something. Next up, we have Gosei Tiger, or the Tiger Mechazord. Kind of a tiger mixed with a bulldozer, I believe. And I think judging by the teeth there, I would have said a saber-toothed tiger, which is kind of funny considering that's not the only time we had a yellow tiger be the legs. Obviously with the Dino Megazord from Mighty Morphin, or for Japanese audiences, Daijujin from G-Ranger. Like I showed here, the mouth opens a little bit, so it can kind of eat stuff. Got a port there as well. You can flip up like that with the transformation. Not much to say, not much to really complain about. It's a solid little thing. Doesn't feel like it's gonna break. That's all well and good. And finally, we have Gosei Shark, or the Shark Mechazord as known over here. The only aquatic animal with the Goseiger stroke Megaforce team. At least with the main mecha, there is kind of a reason for that, at least in Goseiger, which I'm not getting into because that's kind of spoiler territory. Yeah, this is, again, a fairly simple little thing, much like the Phoenix there. Mouth opens. Mine's kind of missing a little plastic there that's the Phoenix had. We'll get back to that. Also, the mouth can open like all the way like that, so you can pretty much dislocate the shark's jaw, which don't do that to a real shark in real life. That's really, really mean, and they don't like that. Plus, you'll probably get your hand bitten off, so that's something to keep in mind. Again, it rolls. You can take the header off, put it in other places, I guess. Again, not the only time we had a shark be armed. Of course, we had the Wild Force Megazord, or Gao King, from Gao Ranger or Wild Force. But yeah, again, very simple little thing. There's no, like, articulation anywhere. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. So, how do we transform this thing? Let's get started. So, first off, we're going to take Gosei Snake. We're going to push this part in, like that. We're going to take this joint and just flip it down like that. Take this other joint here and flip it down, like this. Next, we're going to take Gosei Tiger, and we're going to slot it in like that. Then we just flip these two bits up. My monitor just kind of went kaput. Fix that there. We'll put it like that. So that forms the legs. We'll take Gosei Dragon here, and we're just going to slot it in like that. And just for examination purposes, I suppose, if you noticed here, the wheels here, these actually push downward. So if you want to remove the dragon, you can. I believe that's also done for the remodeling. Not the remodeling, the remold of of the Megazord. What was it called? Gosei Wonder, I think it was, something along those lines. But yeah, this, oops, kind of slots in like that. Next, we're gonna take the shark, flip up the wheels here, and just split apart the tail fin there. Put that down so it kind of forms that little pattern there. Put that down to one side. Take the Phoenix, again, flip the wheels up. Push down the wings, excuse me. Then we're just going to insert these into here. We're going to take the neck of the dragon. Take it off like that. Also, don't try to decapitate dragons in real life. They don't like that. And you'll probably get incinerated as well. You know, if dragons actually existed. Gonna take this and just put it in like that. I suppose it could be kind of a new combination with, yeah, moving on. Let's take the head there, put that down for a second. Just slot that into the body there. So, again, it's it's kind of a stumpy looking dragon. You kind of flip the horn up and push this part down so that reveals the head of the mecha with this really satisfying sound. I don't know if you can hear that. That's a very satisfying noise. And just flip his little angel wing ears up. And there we go. Oh, forgot to flip the horn down. And there we go. That is the completed Gosei Great. I like the look of this thing. I like how everything kind of comes together. It reminds me a bit of almost like a cross between the original Mighty Morphin Megazord and the Wild Force Megazord. I think it's just like the color schemes as well. It's a very classical looking type of thing with, again, like huge friggin' shoulder pads, which, you know, you can kind of flip those down. You can kind of do that as well. So almost like the Ninja Megazord, or Ninja Falcon Zord, I should say, from Mighty Morphin or whatever it was called in Kaku Ranger. Flip those around. And of course, what this is the sword, which is friggin' huge. Like, look how tall that is. That goes up to his shoulder. That's insane. This is more like a claymore or like a battering ram or something. Then anyways, you can have him hold that in his hands there. Mine's kind of floppy because it is missing a bit of the plastic to hold it in, so let's just say we're gonna take that off. So if he tries to hold it like this, yeah, that's not going to work very well. However, if we take the Phoenix there, let's flip that around. Let's put it in like that. That's going to stay in a lot nicer. Again, that's just because mine is used, not so much if the thing was, like, brand new. However, if you don't want him to hold the sword, you can actually have this port here, which is for the tail, and just kind of stick that in like that, put it on his back, which I think is kind of cool. I kind of wish more mecha would do that. So, yeah, that's a nice feature. Overall, I really like the design of Gosei Great. Again, it reminds me a bit of the original Mighty Morphin Megazord. I think it's also due to the ears you kind of flip up, kind of like the horns with the original Megazord. Just the overall color scheme looks really nice. And yeah, that's perfectly fine. Overall, I recommend it.